Welcome back to Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. Up first, we're going to start with Harry again, of course, and we need to process a Dark Arts card to begin the turn. He who must not be named, add 1 influence to the location. It now goes from 2 to 3 of 4 on the Forbidden Forest. That is not good. I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle these right now, so I don't have to bother doing it before Ron's turn. So that's processing the Dark Arts card. Now we have to look at this, which the villain basically means we cannot draw extra cards. Harry has his turn. Alright, well, he's going to play Incendio, which is gain an attack, draw a card. We cannot draw cards with the basilisk out, but that will give him an attack. He will play Ginny. Gain 1 attack and 1 influence. So that's good. I'm going to start beating up this basilisk. And he gets an influence, and an influence. So 3 more. 1, 3. So he has 4 influence, 2 attack. So the 2 attack, of course, are going to go onto the basilisk. It now has 3 attack. It has 8 hit points, which is not good. And we have 4 influence to spend. And what do we want to do? I think Harry's just going to go ahead and he's going to get Quidditch gear as well. Gain an attack and a health back, and that's going to cost him 3. So we're going to spend the 3. And now it's cleanup time, so he's going to discard all of his cards, discard any extra tokens he has, and replace the card here at Hogwarts. Another Quidditch gear. Okay, that was Harry's first turn. Up next will be Ron. So we've shuffled these. First thing we do on a turn, of course, is process these. Expulso. Active heroes lose 2 health. The active hero loses 2 health. Ron's going to go from 4 health down to 2, which is not good. Again, because of the basilisk, we cannot draw extra cards. What does Ron have this time? Well, okay, this is pretty good. He has he has Pidwigian. Choose one. He can gain an attack or he can get 2 health. I think he better get his health. So he's going to get 2 health. Going to go from 2 to 4. And then he is going to play the Polyjuice Potion. Choose an ally you've played this turn, which will be Pidwigian. You may copy the effects of that ally. So he's going to copy the heal 2. So he's going to go from 4 health up to 6. So he was able to heal 4 health there. That's pretty awesome. Now he's going to gain 1 influence. For each ally played this turn, you gain 1 attack. Well, he's played... now I don't know... Yeah, he's only played 1 ally. So, but he's going to get an influence, and he's going to get an attack, because he played his owl ally, and then he's going to get 2 more influence for a total of 3. So not a bad turn. He's going to add the attack to the basilisk. Basilisk now has 4 attacks against for 8 hit points, and he has 3. He's going to go ahead and pay his 3 influence to buy Quidditch gear. So that's going to go into his discard. So it's cleanup time. Discards. He draws back up to 5 cards for his next turn. We're going to refill the Hogwarts area here. It's Descendo, gain 2 attack. That's a pretty powerful, but it costs 5. And that's the end of cleanup. And up next, when we come back, we're going to have Harry going again. All right, continuing on. Harry's turn. And we have to process, of course, Dark Arts card. And we get Flipendo. Active hero loses a health and discards 1 card. Harry's going to go from 5 health down to 4, and he has to discard 1 card. Okay. Well, he's going to discard his invisibility cloak. It only gives him an influence anyway, so that doesn't really do him any good right now. All right, now he gets to play his cards, and of course we can't draw any extra cards because of the basilisk. So he's going to play Hedwig. He can either get 2 health back or do 1 attack. And does he want to live dangerously? I think he's going to live dangerously. He's going to use his Hedwig for 1 attack. So 1 attack. We want to get rid of this basilisk. We're going to play the Firebolt for 1 attack, but we're not going to defeat a villain. That's going to be 2 attack. And then he has 2 Alomorhas for 2 influence. So he's going to put the 2 attacks on the basilisk. The basilisk now has 4 hits out of 8 hit points, so we're getting close to knocking him out. And he has 2 influence to spend, which he will then spend on a Essence of Dittany. Any one hero gains 2 health. Cleanup time. Discarding his cards. And we have to replace the card here. And we get Expelliarmus. Gain 2 attack and draw a card. Wow, costing 6, but that's very powerful. That's a game 2 card we have not seen before. And he has to draw up to 5 cards again at the end of his turn. So I'm just quickly shuffling here so that I will be able to do that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will be his 5 cards for his next turn. All right, up next, Ron. Starting off with the evil Dark Arts card, Expulso. Active hero loses 2 health. Ron's going to go from 6 health down to 4. Cannot draw extra cards because of the basilisk. And what does he have here? Well, this is pretty awesome. His mom card is really good. Molly Weasley, all heroes gain 1 influence and 2 health. So all heroes gain an influence. So Harry gets an influence, Ron gets an influence, and 2 health. Harry's going to go from 4 to 6. Ron goes from 4 to 6. Pretty awesome. Choose one, gain 2 influence, or draw a card. He could draw a card, or he could get 2 influence. I think... Actually, you know what we're going to do next? We are going to do this right away. We're going to play the Nimbus 2001. Gain 2 attack. If you defeat a villain, get 2 influence. And that's going to happen because we're going to get 2 attack, which we're going to immediately process on the basilisk, which is going to defeat it, which means Ron's going to get 2 influence for that. So the basilisk, wow, we took him out. The basilisk is going to be gone. See you later, basilisk. The reward, all heroes draw a card and remove an influence from the location. So we're going to remove 1 here. Harry's going to draw 1 card. And so is Ron. So that's pretty excellent. Alright, so we're going to draw a card for Ron. What's Ron got for card? I already drew 1 for Harry. Ron gets Hagrid, which he will then immediately play. Gain an attack, and all heroes gain a health. Well, we're not going to bother with the attack. We've already defeated the basilisk, but all heroes gain a health. So Harry's going to go from 6 to 7, and so is Ron. 6 to 7. They both have 7 health. Essence of Dittany. Any one hero gains 2 health. Ron will play that on himself, going from 7 health up to 9. Wow, I can't believe he was down to 1 health at one time. And this is choose one, gain 2 influence, or draw a card. He's going to gain 2 influence. And gain another influence, making it 6. So he has 6 influence to spend. Yep, he's going to buy the 6 cost card. Expelliarmus, gain 2 attack, draw a card. So he's spending all his influence. So that was a pretty awesome turn for Ron. And it's cleanup. We're going to discard all of that. He needs to draw up to his 5 cards. And, yep, as I shuffle away here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will be for his next hand. And continuing on, we need to replace the card here. More Quidditch gear. Out comes a new villain now at the end of the turn. And what are we going to get this time? Draco Malfoy. Each time influence is added to a location, the active hero loses 2 health. And the reward is remove 1 influence from a location. So Draco's out here now. He's from game 1. And that's going to end off the second turn for each player. So when we come back, we will be doing a couple more turns. 3 villains defeated and 3 more to go. Up next, Harry, processing a Dark Arts card. Hand of Glory. Active hero loses a health and add 1 influence to the location. Alright, we're adding an influence to the location up to 3. Harry goes from 7 health down to 6. Each time a location gets a influence, active hero loses 2 health for Malfoy. So he's going to go from 6 health down to 4. Harry gets that 1 extra influence, which I put on top of his deck so I don't forget. He also got an extra card, so we should have a good turn. Oh, this is looking exceptionally good. What do we want to do? Well, we're going to play Fox the Phoenix first. Choose one, gain 2 attack, or all heroes gain 2 health. I think he's going to choose 2 attack, because let's face it, Harry does not like Malfoy at all. So this is gain an influence. Okay. What do I want to do? Oh, he has this. Essence of Dittany. Any hero gains 2 health. He's going to choose himself. Go from 4 health up to 6. Then he's going to choose, for Hedwig, he's going to choose one, gain an attack or 2 health. He's going to gain an attack for Hedwig. He is really not liking Malfoy. And he's also going to choose an attack for his Firebolt, but he will not defeat the villain this turn. But he's managed to do 4 damage and another influence. So he's going to put 4 damage on Malfoy. Pounded him down very, very effectively. Has 3 influence to spend. Will get the Quidditch gear for 3. Spending that. That was a pretty good turn. Cleanup time now, so he will discard all of his cards and extra tokens. 2, 3, 4, draw 5 more cards. Okay, not bad. And we're going to replace the Hogwarts card with another game 1, Leviosa. Gain 1 influence. You may put items you acquire atop your deck instead of your discard pile. Alright, it costs 2. Carrying on, up next we have Ron Weasley. Dark Arts card. Petrification. All heroes lose a health and cannot draw extra cards this turn. Alright, Harry's going from 6 down to 5. Ron's going from 9 down to 8. And Ron cannot draw extra cards this turn. Okay, let's see if that's going to affect him much. Of course it affects him much because of this. Arg! Okay, yeah, this is... Every time we can't draw cards, he seems to get this guy. Well, he's going to play Quidditch gear, of course. That's going to give him 1 attack and 1 influence. So, or sorry, not an influence. 1 attack and 1 health. So he's going to go from 8 to 9. Then he's going to be playing his clean sweep. Gain 1 attack. If you defeat a villain, get an influence. That's going to happen. Gain 1 attack. Boom. We're going to put those 2 attack immediately on Malfoy. He is destroyed, or defeated anyway. So he's immediately defeated. Remove 1 influence from the location. So this goes back down to 2. So that was the reward for that. And Ron gets 1 influence for having defeated a villain. We cannot do anything with card. If you draw a card, then discard as many. If you discard this card, draw a card. Well, we're just going to discard it. We cannot draw a card because of the petrification. And he gets 2 more influence, taking him up to 3. And with 3, he will just spend 2 to buy the Essence of Dittany. So 2 for that. Cleanup time. Discarding all of his cards. And discarding the token he could not use. Drawing up to 5 cards again for his next turn. And we're going to be replacing the Hogwarts card. And we have the Golden Snitch. Gain 2 influence, draw a card. Okay, that's pretty good. It costs 5 though. And yep, at the end of Ron's turn, we have to get another villain. Okay, Draco got defeated, but now Lucius, his dad, comes out. Each time an influence is added to the location, remove 1 attack from all villains. Ooh, okay. And he has 7 health. Huh. Reward, all heroes gain 1 influence, remove 1 from influence from the location. So he's a game 2 villain. And when we come back, we're going to do 1 more turn each, 1 for Harry, 1 for Ron, and that will conclude this episode, right? The final 2 turns for the episode. Up first, Harry. What's Harry got for Dark Arts card, Poison. Oh, lovely. All heroes choose one. They can discard an ally or lose 2 health. What does... Harry can get rid of Dobby or lose 2 health. I think Harry's going to keep Dobby, and he's going to lose 2 health. So he's going to go from 5 health down to 3. Ron has... Ron's going to lose 2 health. I mean, he's got 9 health. He's not going to lose an ally. He's going to go down from 9 down to 7. So, not a problem, really. Well, let's see. Now, and we didn't add any influence to locations, so this does not have an effect. And we get to draw cards. Yay! So, what do we want to do here? Well, first of all, Harry's going to play remove 1 influence from a location. So this location goes back down to 1. We keep battling over the Forbidden Forest, but we seem to be staying on top of it. Dobby, remove an influence from a location and draw a card. So now we have no dark influence on the Forbidden Forest, and we get to draw a card as well. Excellent. So he has 1, 2, 3 influence for that. 1, 2, 3 influence for that, and I think we're going to use this card to gain 2 influence, which will give Harry 5. And with his 5 influence, I think, yeah, he's going to spend his 5 influence to buy the Nimbus 2001. Gain 2 attack if you defeat a villain. So this is a very powerful attack card. So now it's cleanup time. So that was a good turn for Harry, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4 draws new cards for the next turn, which will be the next episode. And no attacks on Lucius yet. And we need to refill this Hogwarts card. Reparo, choose 1, gain 2 influence, or draw a card. Alright. And finally, for this episode, will be Ron ending us off. Dark Arts card, of course, to begin his turn. He who must not be named, add an influence to the location. Well, we've just been knocking him off like crazy, so we can afford to put 1 on there. That is not a problem. However, each time an influence is added to the location, remove 1 attack from all villains. Well, nobody has any attacks on him, so Lucius's ability doesn't really have any effect. Now let's get into what we have here. So Ron is going to first off play Essence of Dignity. Any 1 hero gains 2 health. He's going to play that on Harry. Harry's going to go from 3 health to 5. And then he's going to play his ally Molly. All heroes gain an influence and 2 health. So Harry gets an influence. Ron gets an influence. They both gain 2 health. Ron goes from 7 health to 9, and Harry goes from 5 health to 7. So we're getting our health back like crazy. He's also going to play Hagrid, 1 attack, and all heroes gain a health. So 1 attack. Harry goes from 7 to 8 health. Ron goes from 9 to 10 health. Wow, health is not an issue in this playthrough so far. Let's get our 1 influence for the Aloha. And Nimbus 2002, gain 2 attack if you defeat a villain. Not going to happen, but that's going to put 2 attacks. Okay, let's process everything. 3 attacks on Lucius Malfoy. That's pretty good. He only has 7 health, so we're getting close to smacking him down. And Ron has 2 influence. He will spend the 2 influence, and he will get Wingardium Leviosa. It's gained 1 influence. You may put items you acquire on top of your deck instead of your discard pile. Cleanup time. He's going to be discarding his cards. He will be getting 5 cards for his next turn, which will be at the next episode. And carrying on with the cleanup, we have to replace, of course, the Hogwarts card. Reparo, choose 1, gain 2 influence, or draw a card. Okay. And I do believe that's going to end off our playthrough, our episode for today. Not doing too badly. We're still in the Forbidden Forest. We never even went to the second location yet. We've been doing extremely well. Lucius Malfoy and then 1 other villain for us to defeat, and we'll win the game. So I think we're doing a pretty darn good job. Harry's got 8 hit points of health. Ron's right up to 10. And we got some pretty powerful cards in our deck now. And so this is game 2 of Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. So thanks for watching along, and thanks for your comments and your subscriptions and your likes. Really appreciate it. So join me next time for the continuation of Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, where we're playing game 2 with Harry and Ron.